Welcome to CSEC Biology TCP. I am Mr. Wilson from the TCP Academy. You can find us online at tcp-academy.teachable.com. You may also send us a mail at extremesolutionsja@gmail.com. You can find us on YouTube at CSEC Biology TCP. In today's lesson, we're going to be looking at movement in the forearm or in the upper limb of the human. The content here is presented for CSEC Biology and Human and Social Biology. Other interests in biology might find the content useful. Get help with CSEC Biology SBA Labs and Human and Social Biology SBA Labs at tcp-academy.com. Tim had questions. He wanted to know where he could get help with his SBA Labs. His parents searched but could not find that experience. Tim also made some calls, however could not find the help he needed. Tim needed an experience he could trust to help him get over the hurdle of SBAs as success was in sight. He met the guys from tcp-academy.teachable.com and they designed a program to help him. tcp-academy.teachable.com was able to help him. So too, they can help you. Sign up tcp-academy.teachable.com for help with your SBAs in biology and human and social biology. We're going to be looking at movement in the upper arm, but before we do so, we want to identify the various bones and muscles in the upper arm. So here we have the ulna, which extends from the humerus down to the pinky finger, and the radius, which extends down to the thumb. The muscle at the front is called the bicep, and the one at the back of the arm is called the tricep. They are attached to the back here, which is called the scapula. Now, we're going to be looking at flexion and extension. To flex the arm is to bring it closer to the face, as if you were brushing your teeth or rubbing the face. That would pretty much put the arm in a position of flexion. For extension is when the arm is lowered to your side. So let's look a little bit at what's happening. So during extension, the triceps, which are called extensor muscle, they contract and pull the arm lower, or they will lower the arm down to the side. Here, the radius and the ulna will, of course, be lowered. Let's do that again. So there we have flexion, and here we have extension. Now, we could also say straightening or extending the lower arm involves the bicep relaxing and the tricep contracting. Look at what happens here. The arm is extended. The tricep would have been contracted. And having been contracted, it is bulged and shortened. Now, on the other side, we're seeing the bicep, which is extended and become thin. Now, these muscles are working antagonistically. And what that means is that antagonistic muscles refer to muscles that work in opposition of each other. When one contracts, the other relaxes. Now, look at what happens when there is flexion. Now, during flexion, the biceps, which are called flexor muscle, contract, pulling lower arm up, lower arm, which include the radius and ulna, is pretty much raised towards the face. Now we're having some new word being a part of our diagram. We have origin at the top here and insertion at the bottom here. I want you to take note of the muscle attachment for the tricep here, and I want you to also look at the muscle attachment for the bicep here. This would have appeared on a couple of multiple choice paper, and in some cases, students cannot say exactly where the muscles are to be attached. Let us look at the point of origin here. Let's use an analogy. Last year, many students differed on their CXC exams as they were afraid of failure due to their level of readiness. This year, Mr. Wilson and his experienced team from tcpacademy.teachable.com is here to help you get exam ready. Subscribe for free to tcp-academy.teachable.com. We offer courses in CXC Biology, HSB, English Language, and many others. There are several offerings to each course. Enroll in one today. We are experiencing rural-urban drift. Now, most persons would have been from the rural area or probably from another country. That is where you originated, and that will not change. That's your origin. But you might migrate to one area, that's insertion in that area, and then you might move from that area to another area, or you might move to another community. That is pretty much insertion. So the analogy here is saying where you're from seldomly or never really changes. However, where you go regularly might change. So, point of muscle origin does not move during the contraction of muscles. So, when the muscles are contracting, the point of origin does not move. Now, the point of muscle insertion, here the muscle attachment point that moves during contraction. So this is pretty much the point that moves when the muscle contracts. So always remember the point of insertion is a point that moves when the muscle contracts. So let's look at extension here, the muscles and the bone. So here, if you observe, here is lowered. So it tells us that this is the point of insertion, while the scapula here does not move or show just little movement. So that is pretty much facts to support the point of origin and insertion. To bend or extend the arm involves an antagonistic action between a pair of muscles. Now, in the upper arm, these muscles are called bicep, which is to the front, and tricep, that is to the back. Now, flexion or flexing the arm, this action involves a bicep contracting. Here we observe the bicep contracting and the tricep relaxing to raise the arm, which includes the ulna and the radius. And if you look at the change in the muscle tone or the muscle position, you will realize that the muscles are pretty much reversing their action depending whether they are extending or flexing, extension, or bending. That's all we have for today. Thanks much for watching. Please be reminded to like, share, and of course, subscribe. You may also join us on our paid platform. Last year, many students differed on their CXC exams as they were afraid of failure due to their level of readiness. This year, Mr. Wilson and his experienced team from tcpacademy.teachable.com is here to help you get exam ready. Subscribe for free to tcp-academy.teachable.com. We offer courses in CXC Biology, HSB, English Language, and many others. There are several offerings to each course. Enroll in one today.